We're here today to tell you guys about a brand new program that we are embarking on here at Prima that is going to be a partnership between Prima and Market Force. So we're going to tell you all about this new mystery shopping program and how it's going to benefit you and your practice.
Hello, my name is Sam McCavity and I head up program development for Market Force for North America. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Market Force, our business is really helping practices like yours to maximize your year-over-year revenue and sales. And by increasing the patient experience, you accomplish two very important things. Number one, we help to get your patients to come back and be more loyal to your practices. And number two, they refer and recommend you to friends, family members, and colleagues. And so if we can execute these things in combination, you stand a very good chance of really maximizing your investment in both your practice and your employees. So what we've done is put together a comprehensive program that's really going to allow us to measure the patient experience across multiple dimensions. So the first thing we want to implement is mystery shopping. So this is a chance to really go in and understand how is our staff executing based on our expectations. It's very objective. It just allows us to really understand how are we performing. The second thing we want to do is understand from the patient side, from the patient's experience, how was it? How did we do? So in their eyes, based on all the things that we executed on, was it a great experience? Did we exceed their expectations? And so we'll want to have customer surveys in place to measure that. And what we'll do next, third, is bring these all together in an online platform. So we'll have access to our mystery shopping data, we'll have access to the patient surveys, and then we also want to include some financial information. What that's going to allow us to do is really understand how well are we executing, what are the patient's perceptions, and how is that impacting our bottom line. And so throughout the program on a yearly basis, we also want to do a more comprehensive review of all the participating practices so we can really start to understand and pinpoint what are the key things across all these different measurements that matter most to the business, so we can help each doctor really hone in on the handful of things that have the greatest impact on patient loyalty and the patient experience.
Those are all really great. So 4 main points, 4 main things that you're going to get, and out of those mystery shops, it's going to be 4 per year, quarterly.
Correct.
So that's a really good number, and then the patient surveys are going to be unlimited. You're going to get as many of those.
And we typically report on those as they come in, so it's real-time data within about 30 to 60 seconds. It'll be up and ready for review.
Awesome. And the way that our members will disperse those to their patients is going to be through their existing EMR. So if they have email capabilities, they can include a unique link that's going to go out to the patient who can fill it out and, again, get those results in real time.
Yep. And we can even go as far as to design some point-of-purchase materials that if they'd like, they could set some things up and have posters around in the office with QR codes that make it even easier for people to provide their feedback.
That would make things great. I mean, a lot of members do have email capabilities already, but for those who don't, certainly that's an awesome alternative. And even for those who do, it would help reinforce the program.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about, in addition to the features, how this is going to benefit the members and
Absolutely.
how Prima is going to play a role. So normally, in a vendor relationship that Prima has, we set up a deal, members get this great deal, but then we're there in the background if they need some support, but they mostly deal one-on-one with the vendor. In this case, it's going to be much more of a partnership between Prima and between Market Force.
Absolutely.
So Market Force is going to be doing the heavy lifting in the program itself, but Prima is going to be there on the back end monitoring all of the information that comes through for each location that's participating. So that's going to be really great because we're going to actually be able to see in the back door and figure out what is going on in your practice. And I mean, it's so crucial because we're not, we don't do site visits. We do phone calls, phone consultations, and this is going to be just as good or better than us actually going in and visiting the practice itself. We're going to have all of these metrics, all of these results from the mystery shops, from the surveys that we can help inform. Our consults will be more informed from this information.
Absolutely, and I think there are 3 key things that are going to happen during those consultations. You're going to be able to give each practice a very good understanding of how are they doing right now, Are they getting better or worse in these areas? And what is it they should be focused on in terms of training or improving that's really going to help them move the needle and maximize their investment in their staff?
Absolutely, and those are the key things that we'll be looking at with them, and we will be able to see if something is sort of going wrong in a certain location. We can reach out and figure out, okay, now here's the problem, what do we do to fix it? How do we get you back on track and help you increase and grow these numbers?
And I think one of the things that's going to be key there is it's not a gotcha program. So we really want to catch people doing something right and reward that positive behavior. So everything that we do in these conversations we should have, especially when it comes to interacting with the staff specifically, it's going to be very important that is a positive experience for them and that there's a carrot at the end of this. So we'll be partnering and talking about ways in which we can support the different practices and different incentive programs they may choose to put in place, and ways to really ingrain this in the culture, because it's really a great way to generate a positive kind of culture within the practice, and happy employees make for happy patients, make for good experiences, who come back and return and eventually spend more money with them.
Definitely, and speaking of that, one thing that we've talked about is how is this going to impact financials, and we've come up with some numbers between a combination of patient retention and increased sales in the optical and increased referrals. We're looking at an ROI growth potential between 8% and 11% with this program. So I think that is going to be really key. It's going to be a huge driver of performance in your practice. Patient satisfaction is huge. We're always preaching at Prima about how important it is to get internal marketing right, keep your patients happy, and really deliver a stellar performance each and every time in order to continue to grow your business in every aspect. So I think this program encompasses all of that, and I'm really excited that we're going to be able to give this opportunity to members that most independent ODs are not going to be able to have. They're not going to be able to go out and get it on their own.
To do this on a single practice or even a handful of practice basis would be very cost ineffective.
Yeah.
But you bring the ability to bring a lot of different practices together, which allows some economies of scale, which, to your point, I think the return on investment that you see is going to be fantastic.
Definitely. And this is a little different in that normally with Prima everything is all inclusive in the monthly dues. This is going to be a one-time fee that's in addition to those dues, but for all the reasons we just mentioned, it's such a tremendous value, and I really encourage all of our members to take advantage of it and give it a shot, sign up and see what it's all about.
Absolutely. It's going to provide great visibility and kind of accountability into what's happening and allow them to really maximize the investment they're making in their staff.
Definitely. So for those who do want to sign up, all you have to do, they can call us, they can email us. We're going to have a landing page on our website that they can go and put in all their information and get started on this program.
We're excited.
Thanks, Sam.
Looking forward to it.